What's up, everybody? Jason from Straight Edge Knives. We're at the Fintiso booth with Eric Outer.
What's up, guys?
Eric's going to walk us through some of the offerings that they have. This is a newer company for me as a channel, and Eric's been working with them, so he's got some good inside knowledge on the blades, and you even have your own design kind of come with them too, right?
So you got it. So basically, Fintiso's been around for a little while now on the folding knife side of things. They have a lot of machining and manufacturing experience. Little quick background, the owner of the company originated in the jewelry business, so you'll see some unique designs with little jewels and sort of just interesting little details in them. But at this point, Fintiso has been moving more into the kitchen knife and outdoor knife lineup. So you can see a number of different offerings here, going from your traditional kitchen knives all the way to knives that are going to straddle the sort of genre of outdoor, hard use, cooking, getting outdoors and just enjoying your kitchen cutlery, but bringing your kitchen cutlery to that outdoors environment. So, long and the short of it, this is the Vesta. It's under the Shanzhou brand name, so Fintiso and Shanzhou are sister companies. This was the Vesta. You can see as they've been working through their progression, getting some experience in terms of ergonomics. The original handle was just a little bit square, a little bit blocky, had a slightly undersized finger choil, but they've made some real nice adjustments to the model, thickening out the handle, getting a good full grip, getting that nice full finger choil there, square off of the spine, just a nice quality size belt knife, something that's going to be a perfect camp offering, and it's a very sort of classic and traditional design.
Very, very cool. What still are they using on these, do you know?
So everything, it varies. A lot of 14C28N right now, which I think is going to be a fantastic balance between your toughness, the edge retention, corrosion resistance, something that's just going to be a good quality outdoor steel without breaking the bank.
Oh, very nice.
So,
and the Kydex sheaths too, which is awesome. Like, check it out, you know?
Yeah, in terms of the Kydex, you can see, again, they've been working through a progression and kind of, advancing. Their Kydex is very simple, yet at the same time, it's a quality design. It's nice and thick, nice and rigid. All of them have excellent retention. But what I'm going to point out is they've also been looking at some of the subtle details on the newer models, where now everything is industry standard spacing, 0.75 between the eyelets, and then multiple locations for mounting, so that you can use any of your own clips or your own design. So it comes with a clip, but you have the ability to add your own attachments if you like.
Very nice. That's always good. Everybody always has different mounting options they like, So.
That's right. Exactly. So they've been really listening to feedback and working with reviewers and working with customers and implementing all of that feedback into their designs. This one here is called the Nazar. So this is one of their newer models in the Fintiso lineup. Gives you a nice full sweeping belly. Again, 14C28N. Their coatings are very even, very nicely done. You can see here full flat grind, subtle jimping over the top. Everything contoured where it needs to be at this point. You can see in their machining and manufacturing and finishing process, everything very well rounded out. Full handles for larger hands. Anything from medium size or small hands to large hands or even extra large hands are going to work very well with these knives. You can see just all the touch points fully rounded out, everything contoured, chamfered very well. So their machining and manufacturing process has been absolutely spot on. Getting into the retention on the sheath again, nice solid click, zero rattle, everything really fitting together nicely. There's no play, so they've really been getting dialed in.
Oh, that's nice. Very nice. That's gonna be a nice camp blade as well, with that belly, being able to skin out game, prep food at the campsite, things like that. Yep. Like you said, with the handles, we both have big old meat paws, and we can get
Let me see that meat paw.
Yeah, we can get our hands on these things
right?
nicely,
And last but not least, and I'm very proud to be debuting at this show. This is called the Rhino Cleaver, again under the Shanzhou brand name. So Shanzhou asked for a knife that would, again, straddle that sort of space between the kitchen and the outdoor hard use fixed blade lineup. And so this is an outer limitless design. So this is one of my designs, again, debuting literally here today at the show, being shown for the first time. 14C28N has that interesting hand-hammered look. That's a machine finish, but it is a hand-hammered look. G10, again, everything very well contoured. Crowned on the spine. It does sit a little proud, that's by design, so that's actually a built-in design element, just so that the handles fit well, but it really does melt into your hands. Talk about, again, those meat paws. This is a handle that should work well for all hand sizes. We went back and forth on how thick to make this, kept a nice palm swell. Excellent comfort. When you grip the knife hard, it's really going to index well. And you'll notice too, everything from reverse grip, softened over the top so you can do some stabbing tasks. I have that guard fully enveloped in the G10 for comfort, and you can rest your finger right up against that without fear that you're going to slip. As we rotate the knife, scallops for alternate grips and getting up into a squared off spine so you can do all your scraping tasks. But then again, we left it crowned, so if you're doing the detailed carving tasks, that's not going to hurt your thumb. You can even get way up for alternate grips, getting your finger way up on the blade, very controlled, detailed tasks. If you had to get a splinter out of there, and I've actually done it a couple of times, no problem. In the kitchen, cutting your peppers, all those different types of things. So I'm very happy with not only this design, but the execution of the design in the manufacturing process. Shanzhou, Fintiso, they've done a magnificent job, so I'm very proud of this.
Yeah, it looks awesome. And you have multiple handle colors. You have a green, black, and tan. So you got options as far as handle colors go.
Exactly. And I got to tell you, it's hard to pick the right colors. It's hard to find something that you think is an appropriate, call that like a desert tan or a coyote tan.
Yeah.
It's really difficult to pick. You'll see too that their original green was a real like OD green. We went with like a little more of like that forest green here, which I really love. It
looks really nice.
Thank you.
Pops. I kind of really like how on their fixed blades too that they incorporated their the logo as a pin.
Yes.
It's cool. It's a little different. It makes it stand out, but you could still remove it on the backside if you wanted to take these handle scales off for whatever reason.
Well, it's interesting that you say that because I have a lot of experience as a warranty and claims representative from folding knife companies, and sometimes with the one-sided screw, it will spin and spin and spin even if you get on that. So they've D-shaped it intentionally so that in the tang of the knife, it's locked in on a D shape so that it's indexed, and when you go to remove that pin, it doesn't rotate around and around and around. So
that's something I don't think a lot of people think about.
That's right.
I've had a pain in the butt time taking pins out like that, and like I'm sticking erasers on the back to stop it from spinning.
Yeah, good luck, right?
That's awesome that they incorporate that in. If somebody wanted to make their own handle scales or take them off to clean or something, that's good. That's a good feature.
And it's important because we did skeletonize very carefully inside for the weight balance to keep this knife nice and balanced and appropriately weighted. And so you'll see even on the inside everything's chamfered and no burrs and just really clean. So if you were to take this apart, you'd appreciate the inside of the tang as much as you do the outside. So they've done a nice job.
That's pretty awesome. That's awesome, dude. I can't wait to test one of those out on the channel.
Yeah, we'll be getting one to you. So yeah, man. So that's what we have cooking here in terms of the fixed blades. You want to take a look at some folders?
Yeah, let's take a look at the folders. I mean, I got people that like folders on this channel too. So
cool.
And
yeah, very good. So again, Fintiso started life on the knife side of the world with their folders. They've been going through sort of a development of their 10 original models. So these first 10 that you see here are the 10 original models. And they are anticipating in 2025 to have 10 more. So that the goal by the end of this calendar year is to have 10 more models coming out.
Very nice.
And you'll see a wide variety of different blade shapes. One thing that I would like to point out about Fintiso, and I think they're doing a really nice job with this, let's take a look. This is called the Apollo series. I'm going to use this for the example. You'll notice you're going to go from G10 to aluminum in a couple of cases into that kind of wood or diamond wood style. The real nice thing and what I like is it's different strokes for different folks. A lot of companies, if they introduce G10 in a model, all 4 colorways are going to be G10, or if they introduce aluminum, all 4 colorways are going to be aluminum. But what Fintiso is doing wonderful is you get G10, you get wood, and you get aluminum all in that same model with a number of different finishes on some of the blades you'll see throughout. Some of them have a satin finish, some of them have a coating. So it's really nice what they've been able to offer right away.
Well, that's great because that's what people always want. They always want options. I hate it when I find a knife that I like, but I don't maybe like the handle color necessarily, and then I can't get it in another color.
Yep.
So that's nice that there's multiple options available.
Yeah, and you'll notice too, again, little details like in some of these.
Like the gear look on this. That kind of has like a...
Yeah, their detail and the machining is fantastic. This particular knife has some real beautiful features. You'll notice how everything's rounded, and even underneath, let me point this out, it's the little things. Notice underneath, okay? Look at how that's all crowned and polished. You don't get that from every company, but they're paying attention to that level of detail. Let me point this out. This is the Toucan. This is actually, so Jason, you and I had the opportunity to start a review on this while we were hanging out in the hotel room before shot. Okay, so you have your liner lock, but look at the inside of that liner lock. That's all machine detail. It's subtle, but it's aggressive enough where it gives you some texture, but soft enough where it doesn't beat up your hands.
Yeah.
That's intentional. It's the little touch points, it's the subtleties, adding the jewels and all the kind of cool little things. So they really are trying to differentiate themselves from other brands in this market space.
Yeah, that's what I noticed last night during the video. It was kind of hard because the room was a little dark, but that jewel in the end was really cool. It gave it a nice little pop, but it also operates as your lanyard hole, which I thought was really, really nice because a lot of times the lanyard holds horizontally through, where this was, it just gives you a nicer option for a lanyard hole rather than just having to go straight through like most knives do.
Yeah, so they're trying. I really like their attention to detail and trying to bring some interesting ideas.
That's very nice. Got a nice texture here to it. Button lock. Flipping open. And the action on these are all very nice as well.
I'm glad you said that because I find that they're extremely dialed in terms of, it doesn't matter if it has thumb studs or a flipper, they all are dialed in literally about perfect.
Very nice. And then very cool, you don't see, is basically you got a hunter style blade here in a folder.
Yep.
Like purposely, like you got a choil up here for getting in doing that finer task. That's not something you see very often, large choils like that on a folding knife.
Well, I'll tell you, and I had another reviewer stop by earlier, and I kind of pride myself in paying attention to the details, and I missed this fact. Check that out.
Oh,
Sharpened on the spine, so you can rip on the ferro rod.
Yeah.
That's a cool little idea.
Yeah, that's not something you see on a folder very often.
You never see that on a folder. So these guys are thinking, they're paying attention, they're trying to put the utility into everything that they do. So I'm appreciating that very much.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
Well, hey, Eric, thank you so much for showing us all these cool blades, man. I'm glad you introduced me to this company. I'm looking forward to checking out some of their stuff, checking out your blade.
Yeah.
Man, I like it. It's coming in hot. So.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Stay safe. Stay sharp.